for Canelo because Canelo is not the ducking type. Because he doesn't want to throw his promoter under the bus, he's taking bullets from fans saying, you're ducking Triple G. Canelo doesn't want to throw Oscar De La Hoya under the bus. I will. Oscar De La Hoya right now looks like a flaming hypocrite. The bottom line is Triple G wanted this fight for a long time, but his promoter doesn't want to take that risk against Triple G, a man that most consider the baddest man on the planet.
All right. There you have it. Okay, look. Finally, somebody did their job as a reporter. They got Oscar De La Hoya in the hot seat, and and they asked him the real questions. None of the candy-coated bullshit questions we always get. And especially from like the independent media. Guys like myself. They'll get Oscar in front of a camera, and basically just kiss up to him and be like, oh, it was a great fight with Liam Smith, and oh, Canelo looked great in the Amir Khan fight, great knockout. They all they do is like suck up to these guys. And finally, Merry Christmas, boxing fans. Finally, somebody did their job as a damn reporter. Okay, look, go watch ESPN. Just go to YouTube, put in, Max Kellerman or ESPN, Oscar De La Hoya. They asked him every question. I mean, if I could come up with like the top, 10 questions to ask Oscar De La Hoya, I mean, they hit this dude left and right. They had Stephen A. Smith, hit him with a question. Max Kellerman hit him with another question. And they were originally. I think Oscar De La Hoya, he thought he was coming on to talk about Bernard Hopkins. We know Bernard Hopkins having the farewell fight with Smith. And remember, Smith is a guy that knocked out Fonfara round one, okay? That's a dangerous fight for Bernard Hopkins being, 51 years old, okay? So, but anyway, I don't even care about that right now. I am like, it made my day. I mean, really, I have waited... about a year now, for anyone to ask Oscar De La Hoya the tough questions, okay? They said, basically, they were like, okay, what is going on with Canelo Golovkin? You as a fighter, Oscar De La Hoya, you fought the best. You didn't fight at a catch weight. You fought Bernard Hopkins and Shane Mosley. They went through the whole list of fighters. Trinidad. I mean, all these great, historical fights, right? And you didn't fight them at a catch weight. And a lot of fights. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya, he didn't even need to take them, but he took them anyway because he wanted the best to fight the best. And and basically what Oscar De La Hoya did, he took control of his own career. He instead of letting the grimy promoter put him in these big money maker fights, he took control of his own career. And now, guys, I was walking out the door. I'm totally unprepared to make a video, but I mean, I'm really excited because, I mean, finally somebody asked him the real damn questions, okay? Now, they said, okay, well, if you're going to acclimate Canelo to middleweight, why the hell would you have him in there with, a glass jaw Amir Khan or a Liam Smith, I mean, okay, that's a legitimate question. And he really didn't have any good answers. He said, well, when I was like 27 years old or 26, that's when I kind of broke through and started fighting the best people out there, okay? And then Kellerman was like, well, we know he's your cash cow, just like Oscar De La Hoya was Bob Arum's cash cow, and but like I said, the difference is Oscar De La Hoya demanded to take the tough fights. He didn't cherry pick. So then then they went on to talk about why the hell would Canelo call Golovkin in the ring right after he knocked out, glass jaw Amir Khan and, say, oh, in Mexico, we don't fuck around. And then he vacated the belt like a week later. I mean, they hit him with every question. And Oscar De La Hoya, he promised. I mean, and they're like, okay, we want you to promise right now on live TV we're going to get the fight in 2017, the Canelo Golovkin fight, and he promised, and he said, well, we offered, and here's another talking point. This is what Oscar always says. We offered Golovkin a fight or a contract, and he didn't accept it. Well, hit the brakes, right? Because that was a bullshit offer. And then Max Kellerman, he said, well, isn't that a tactic that a lot of promoters will use? I mean, they'll give another fighter, a bullshit contract. He said a poison pill, and knowing they're not going to take it, so they can turn around and go, oh, well, he ducked this. He didn't take the contract. I mean, they offered Golovkin like a flat $10 million and a small portion of pay-per-view buys. Now, this is going to be a huge fight. I mean, we're talking like nothing will ever touch Pacquiao Mayweather. But, I mean, this will probably be the second or third highest grossing fight of all time. I mean, it will. Look it up. The numbers are going to be incredible on this fight. I mean, they'll hit 1 million pay-per-view buys, guaranteed. Now, depending if they have it at Cowboy Stadium, you can put 100,000 people in Cowboy Stadium, so it'll be the highest gate sales of all time. The merchandising, the highest merchandising of all time. I mean, other than Mayweather-Pacquiao. I mean, the fight is going to be huge. I mean, they're already estimating over $200 million. I mean, collectively. Now, you have to realize, I mean, what goes into a fight, a promotion when you're promoting a fight. I mean, you've got, like I said, the pay-per-view, the merchant, your T-shirts, your merchandising, and then the guys that want to jump up and sponsor you. You got guys coming out of the woodworks that want to be a part of the fight. They want their brand all over you, right? I mean, it's a huge, huge moneymaker, and they offer Golovkin $10 million, okay? So Max Kellerman, he went on to say, well, you can't offer him $10 million. I mean, this is going to be like a $200 million fight, okay? And, and he kind of just laughed and, oh, well, he kept saying it's a good offer. And they're, and again, they kept calling him out on his bullshit. And then they got into the weight. They said, okay, well, Oscar De La Hoya, you never fought at a catch weight. You would even move up and fight guys you didn't even have to fight. Ike Quarterly, you fought guys you didn't even have to fight, like Bernard Hopkins, so he said, well, we're going to fight at middleweight. We want to fight September 2017 at middleweight. And then again, they kept hitting them with the tough questions, like, well, then why are you picking these bullshit fights? I mean, at these catch weights, it's 155-pound catch weight, and pulling up, these other guys like from a lower division, if what you're telling me is in fact the truth. So it was a great interview, and I wish I could show it on the channel, but copyright reasons I can't. I played a little bitty clip for you there, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. I think I can do audio. I can do audio if I want, but anyway, yeah, look, you guys got to check it out. I mean, Merry Christmas to the boxing fans. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's probably the best interview I've ever seen. I mean, hands down, it's definitely going to make highlight reels. Like when you have, I'm sure you guys have Googled like the highlight reels for interviews. I mean, this one will make it. I'm telling you, by far the best interview. I've never seen anyone back Oscar De La Hoya in a corner like that. And then when I thought, I'm like, damn, like they're, they're really hitting them hard. They'd hit them again with another question, and anything Oscar De La Hoya said, they gave their response, like, okay, well, what about this and what about that? Everything, the catch weight, the contract, his career, and basically they're accusing him of not living up to his word. I mean, he has branded Golden Boy Promotion on the best fighting the best, and that's who Oscar De La Hoya is, and what they're saying, now you are the new Al Heyman, you are the new Bob Arum back in the day, where you want to basically milk the boxing public for every dime that they have. You want to give them, these bullshit pay-per-view, Liam Smith, or Amir Khan. Come on. But it was a great interview. Really, guys, go check it out. Just go up and Google it, YouTube it, whatever. Anyway, leave your comment below. Tell me what you think. Counterpunch Boxing, we're out.